And we never had an issue. But you know, when you catch somebody, they're going to make up all types of lies.
That don't make no sense.
Yep.
Excuse me. As of what I was saying, what's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with a new video. Hope you guys are enjoying this start to your weekend. Looks like I'm going to be working, not all weekend, but most of the weekend I'm going to be working. And then I got a hell week next week. So I'm going to try to get these videos out for y'all next week. Please make sure y'all thumbs up this video. That means click the like button, that thumbs up. Make sure y'all click that, and I look forward to reading your comments down below. It's weird that y'all getting the weekend video. I was like, yeah, we're going to wait for the podcast. We're going to do the video. But something's been going on in the state. I mean, not in the state, in this country. And this is...
Other than the heat wave.
Yeah, other than the heat wave and cars flying down the street and floods happening everywhere. It was a flood out here on Monday. It stopped the trolleys and stuff from running. Yeah, besides all that, COVID is just running rampant in the United States again. I think it's because it's y'all that keep saying, I'm going to wait and see what the vaccine going to do. I'm going to see what it do and see what it do. And a lot of y'all are dying unnecessarily. And they're saying 99% of the deaths should not be happening. And y'all are not vaccinated. 99%. Or 99 point something something.
99%.
Yes. Okay. Now, getting the vaccine does not prevent you from catching the virus.
And they explain that to you when you go get the vaccine.
Yes, and they give you a whole list of papers when you get there in line. And they let you know that. But it is effective against you being hospitalized or you getting the symptoms of COVID. So yeah, a lot of you guys who have been on the fence about it, please just go ahead and get the vaccine and stop letting people tell you
other
lies.
shit. Because you know what? I have a friend who he had to get vaccinated.
I'm sorry.
He had to get vaccinated, and he got vaccinated because of his job. He got vaccinated, and he ended up getting COVID. So he hit me up, and he said, yo, you know, I got COVID, whatever. So I said, well, you know, didn't they explain to you that you may still get it? And he said, well, no, they didn't. So I explained to him, you know, it's okay. Nothing's going to happen. So I said, did they tell you about the Tylenol? So he said, yes. I said, have you taken Tylenol? He said, yes. He said, you know, me and my girl has been checking my temperature, whatever. So I said, okay. So I'm going to check back with you in a few days to make sure you're cool. A few days later, he was fine. He was fine. He didn't have to go to no hospital.
You don't even have to quarantine.
Yes. He said, I took the Tylenol. He said that I was, you know, I was sweaty. You know, I had to whatever. He said, but I was cool. I didn't have to go to the hospital, whatever the case may be. Everything was fine. And that's what a lot of people are missing. They're missing that. But what makes it even more upsetting to me is that people are still on the internet, Facebook and Instagram, putting out these false stories about people who are dying from getting the vaccine. Not mentioning that a lot of people who are dying from pre-existing conditions. Many of them are dying from old age. But they're trying to blame it on the vaccine. And then they're neglecting to mention the fact that their own mother or grandmother or father or somebody in their family or in their close circle got the vaccine and is still here doing just fine.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They're not even mentioning those people.
No.
They're mentioning people who they've never met off of a story and an article that they read on Facebook about somebody supposedly dying from the vaccine.
Right.
You see, that's why for me, I look at people and I say, wow, y'all really are stupid.
Yeah, and the vaccine towards coronavirus has been going on for years. This is not just something new
that they just made
and said, okay, go ahead and take this.
Right.
So, you know, I encourage you guys to study up more on it, especially if you're going to be walking around maskless, and because you're at risk if you do not have a vaccine. And some people probably only got one shot. I encourage you to go ahead and go get your other shot. Go get it done. Get it out the way so we can all not have to worry about future shutdowns. Because some states, you were just saying that California might have to do another shutdown.
Another mask mandate. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another mask mandate. I seen somewhere like in Australia that they be doing days of lockdowns. We don't need no more lockdowns. We don't want to be locked down. It feels good going out, not having to have those restrictions. I went out the other night. Lord, why did I do that? But it was still a fun night. But you guys, if we want to live the life that we used to have, then all we have to do is take a vaccine or just, you can wear a mask. But a lot of you guys, like the rates are going back up because no one is getting vaccinated. Y'all still waiting to see what's going to happen, and this Delta variant is, it could develop more because it's going through more bodies and other different strains.
See, a lot of people got vaccinated within the previous months. But once the summertime hit and it looked like everything was opening back up, a lot of people said, well, I ain't got to get it no more. You know what I mean? But that's not the case. So now cases and folks getting the vaccine are starting to slow. And we don't need them to slow. I keep telling people, it's so funny because when I sit in different circles and I hear people talk about the vaccine, and then they speak about people and they say, oh, I don't know nobody got the vaccine. I said, yes, you do me. And I'm doing just fine. I'm still crazy. But that ain't got nothing to do with the vaccine.
Right.
I'm doing just fine. Yeah, there are some people who got different symptoms. I was one of the lucky and blessed ones who didn't get any type of symptoms from the vaccine other than a sore arm.
I was tired my first time.
Yeah,
I was so tired.
I didn't get any sickness. I didn't get any tiredness. I didn't get anything, and I thank God. And I think that kind of contributes to the fact that I get vaccinated every year for the flu shot. So I think because my body is immune to getting vaccines, so I just thank God that I wasn't one of those people. But there were people who did get sick and who did feel tired. But I bet you one thing, if you ask those people who got sick and tired, they'll tell you, I'm glad I did get the vaccine.
Right. And I try to encourage the young people at my job to get the vaccine. So far, 2 have gotten it.
And they haven't made. I'm surprised they haven't made it mandatory in the type of setting that you work in.
Yeah, they haven't made it mandatory. Still gotta wear. Well, you don't have to wear a mask at your desk, but if you're walking around,
you do.
Yeah, but some of the people in that building, they don't wear masks. But on our floor, they're like, you're gonna have to wear a mask. So I mean, it's okay. I don't care because when I get to that desk, I take my mask off. It's something I hated. Like last summer, wearing the mask, it's too fucking hot to be wearing a mask outside. Like, it just do something to me. But, so I take it off whenever I get a chance. Like, I pull that mask down. But I still think that we all should get vaccinated so we don't have to deal with this in the future. Another celebrity, Wiz Khalifa, tested positive. Mm-hmm. He was someone who not downplayed, but saying the mask is not for him last year. Mm-hmm. And now, he's talking about everybody just stay away from me.
But you know what? Shout out to Wiz Khalifa. And I'm going to tell you why. Because yes, he was one of those people last year downing the mask or whatever. But shout out to him for actually going public and saying, yes, I did get it. Because a lot of them who were in his position last year talking down on it, they got COVID, but they didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, a lot of people.
Because they didn't want to feel stupid. Mm-hmm. But shout out to him for being brave enough to say, yeah, I did get it. Yeah. But he's still not promoting mask wearing or getting the vaccine.
You know what I find funny? A lot of people say, oh, nobody can tell me what to do with my body when it comes to the vaccine. But yet, here you guys go, telling women what they can do with their bodies when it comes to pregnancies.
Mm-hmm. The Republicans, yeah. Mm-hmm. Or when people say y'all don't know what's in that vaccine, well, you don't know what's in Tylenol either. Mm-hmm. Or ibuprofen. Or that beef hot dog that you're eating. Right. Or that pork hot dog that you're eating. Mm-hmm. You don't know. We don't know what's in that chicken sandwich at Popeyes.
I love it though, I'll tell you that.
Okay.
I'll tell you that.
Do you hear me? Do you hear what I'm saying? So, I'm saying that to say, no, we don't know what's in the vaccine. Lord knows we don't know. But I don't know what's in a lot of things that I take. Like, for instance, I have to take these sedatives when I go get my MRI for a second time because I got claustrophobic, so they need to put me to sleep. I don't know what's in that.
You can read up on it.
You can read up on it. But it doesn't mean I'm going to understand what's in it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But guess what? As long as it does what it's supposed to do, which is put me the fuck to sleep. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So when people say, well, you don't know what's in it, I don't know what's in a lot of things, okay? I don't know what that dick was in. That.
Oh my God. Yeah, but I mean, some people get these autoimmune disease. I say, so you had a couple people that were sick from Johnson & Johnson. You had 32 people that got sick the last time we heard about Johnson & Johnson. Out of 8 million people, what's that, like 99.999 something? Out of 32 people, I would say go ahead and just take it. But a lot of people just like, no, we're not going to take Johnson & Johnson. Everybody going to get Pfizer and Moderna. Just get your vaccines. If you, especially some places, especially if you want to leave the country, you're not going to be able to go nowhere if you're not vaccinated. I'm sure America's going to state that law too. If you're going to come here, you must be vaccinated. And we really need to start doing that if we haven't done so. I know a lot of people saying, well, you got to test negative. No, you need to be vaccinated if you want to come into our country. Because we don't need any type of new strains entering the United States of America. We really don't. We have enough problems as it is. And when I say we got enough problems, we have enough problems in this country. This makes me want to stop watching the news for a week or so. Just to see how my life will be if I don't watch that shit. Because it's a lot. It's a whole lot. But please, everybody, again, get vaccinated. On to something that, besides the coronavirus, they're talking about Britney Spears. Britney Spears, she wants to sue her father for conservatorship abuse. Last year with Whitney. Oh, shit. Last week, Britney, did I say last week? Yeah. Last month. Come on, Kevin. Britney went in front of a judge and she talked for a good 20 minutes about the conservatorship, how she wants out, how she doesn't want her dad to be a part of it anymore. And the judge, Judge Penny, decided to keep her father on. And I guess Britney's team is appealing it. Britney did another conversation yesterday where she just talked about how her father and her family, you know, I guess they drugged her. Mm-hmm. Her life hasn't been the same for 13 years since her children were 1 and 2. Britney can't have children because she has an IUD in her body that prevents her from having children. She's been kept up all night, like all day long, all long hours during the week. Something Britney was saying, you know, to make it seem like she's crazy. She said, now, if I'm not able to take control of my life, why am I able to work and provide for all of these people on this conservatorship? She wasn't allowed to hire her own lawyers or any of that. But the judge yesterday let Britney hire a lawyer, and I guess it's somebody.
This is definitely a new judge.
Because I think it's the same judge.
Well, the judge from a month ago had denied her request.
Yeah, but I guess after hearing more, I think it's the same judge.
I'm not probably sure. Because the public.
Right, because then that is.
You know, well, so good for Britney Spears. But you know what? There's a special place in hell for her father. Mm-hmm. Because
she says she's afraid of her father. Yeah. Always been afraid of her father.
There's a special place in hell for her father. There's a special place in hell for her mother.
Yeah, she said her family basically abandoned her.
Because her mother...
But they all eating good.
...is allowing it. And I don't know where her sister is. Yeah. Because to be honest with you, Jamie Lynn Spears, whatever her name is, you became a one-hit wonder on Disney and all that because of your big sister. Mm-hmm. So where are you at to have your big sisters back?
I haven't heard anybody speak out about this.
Okay? We know one celebrity sister that's going to have her big sisters back. And I ain't got to say no names. Okay? Okay? She's going to have her sister back. In public and in an elevator. She's going to have her sisters back. So Jamie Spears or whatever her little sister's name is, where were you to have your big sisters back? Okay? Beyonce ain't got to utter a word. Solange's going to have her sisters back. The shame on all of y'all. Shame on all of y'all. And I hope Britney gets everything she needs out of this situation. I hope she gets it all.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. And I'm not the biggest Britney Spears fan, but let me tell you something. I want her to have the biggest fuck you to her family when this is all over and done with. Mm-hmm. You know, to have something like that put in her where she can't have any kids, you know, that's horrible. And I know her 2 kids is, well, you never see them, so you know they're unrecognizable because the last time I seen them, they were little kids. Yeah. Now they gotta be.
I'm sure I'm sure they got social medias, but I don't.
Yeah, we wouldn't know because you don't know what they look like because nobody sees them. You know, it's just crazy that her father would, and then try to make it seem like, oh, you know, we're looking out for her best interest. But like she said, but then y'all still put me on stage to perform to make money for y'all.
Mm-hmm. Another thing, Britney doesn't. She wants out of the conservatorship without being evaluated. So
because I don't need to be evaluated.
She said this shit's been going on way too long. She just wants out. She wants control of her life, and she should. She's almost 40 years old. Anybody can be in control of their life or should be in control of their lives. Yeah, there was a point where Britney had her meltdowns, but which celebrity hasn't had a meltdown?
And who's to say that those meltdowns weren't a result from her family? Now that you kind of look back at it, it could have been something that was going on internally with her family, and not with not with a man or any other celebrity, but with her family. That could have been the real issue from these meltdowns. And early on in her meltdown, she probably didn't want to say it was her family because she didn't want to put her family on blast. Mm-hmm. But it all all stem from her father.
Yeah, it could. I just want the best for her. You know, I like her music. I like the like when there was a time I think she released 3 albums under this conservatorship, and I know I went to one of her tours, and I
wasn't the circus one under this conservatorship.
I love this circus. I think, and she released 2 of them after that. I can't remember the names, but I definitely love those albums because I bought them. It's like dance, electro, all of that stuff. But it's just a shame that she has to do this. And then that bitch was in Vegas. Britney was in Vegas. And then I guess Britney was like, I'm not going to do no more shows if I got to keep paying all these people. It was another lawyer that wanted $221,000. You know, and Britney had to pay it. And not only that, Britney's paying for her lawyers and she's paying for their lawyers. Like, they just sucking up her money. How is Britney Spears only worth $60 million?
Right.
She got to be worth more than that.
Hell yeah, Kevin. Britney Spears been out for 20 years and she only worth $60 million. Come on. Britney Spears at one time was one of the biggest things in the world.
$60 million.
I don't believe that.
That's how much her estate is worth. No.
I don't believe that.
Y'all probably sucking up her money.
I don't believe that. Not no $60 million. And you know what? If she is worth $60 million, let her handle her own $60 fucking million. Yeah. She works hard for that money.
Yep. It's a shame. Poor Britney. So I'm hoping that Britney is free. And then Britney got all the love from all the other celebrities. Like celebrities you don't even be, wouldn't even tweet about her. Everybody's in her corner, and that's such the beautiful thing about this. And you haven't really heard nothing crazy about Britney because they've been keeping her ass under wraps. And like, oh my God, I can't even think of. Can you imagine someone taking your life away from you in your mid-20s?
No, I can't, Kevin. I really can't.
And they just saying like, oh, you just off the chain, you crazy.
I can't.
They put you on all these different types of drugs.
You know,
all you want is just a simple life. You want a regular life.
My heart goes out to senior citizens, and I'm not talking about the senior citizens who have dementia or anything like that. I'm talking about the senior citizens who are still in their right mind. My heart goes out to them because when they have situations where, let's say, they get into an accident where they fall down or they continue to fall down at home, and then their children have no choice but to put them in a nursing home because their children are not there to watch them. You know, we had a woman at my church who she lived on her own until Mother Hinton was 90. She was like 92. 92, and she was in her apartment and she fell. Getting out of the chair in her apartment, she fell and broke her hip and laid on that floor for about an hour and a half until she was able to crawl to the front door and bang on her front door until somebody in the hallway heard her. Her son ended up having to put her, after she got surgery or whatever, her son had to put her in a nursing home because it was like, I can't be physically there with her to watch her. And she's not going to move in with us, so I have to put her in a home where somebody can watch her because him and his wife work. So it's like I can't be there. So somebody has to be able to watch her. And you see people like that they slowly start to decline because their mental is, why am I here? I can't do nothing for myself. I don't want nobody telling me I'm used to doing X, Y, and Z. I have no control over this. I have no control over that. Now I'm in a room with a roommate. It's like, you know, and you slowly see them start to decline. So I can only imagine, like you said, for somebody in her 20s, for that to happen to her. Like, come on. Like, that's unbelievable. And then being told then being deemed as crazy because you are trying to get your life back. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, but Britney, you're gonna be all right, and I do hope that once you get everything together, you're able to go on tour and do all of those things. Who? Did he lose? Oh.
I'm sorry.
I know. Bitch, you tried it. Chrissy Tiegen. Let me tell you, I don't feel no types of sorry
for her.
First of all,
tell me what happened
because
I don't
like
know.
that.
Yeah, me neither. I don't find her.
So basically,
I mean, she's had some cute comebacks and clapbacks.
Yeah.
But I don't really pay attention. Had it not been for her marrying John Legend, I would have never paid attention to her.
Yeah. Basically, she was accused of bullying someone,
which is not the first time she's been accused of bullying.
And basically, it was a whole bunch of attacks. Like, yeah, she did this to me. Everybody was saying that. Then she started losing deals. Her merchandise started leaving the stores. And basically, she just had to be John Legend's wife and his baby mama. And she went on a Twitter tirade. We'll see if she still got it. I hope it's still up. Because I don't feel so.
John Stephanopoulos hosted Jeopardy? George Stephanopoulos. Well, you know, they all look like a John.
Right.
Don't they say we all look alike? We all look like a John. Wow.
Let's see. Chrissy Tiegen. She probably deleted it. I wonder if her page is private. Oh no, she kept it. Ooh, she kept it up. And got the note that had almost 1 million likes.
You're not gonna read all that, are you?
It's not too much. It's not too much. I'm gonna read it fast. I don't really know what to say here. It just feels so weird to pretend nothing happened on this online world, but feel like other shit in real life. Going outside sucks and doesn't feel right. Being at home alone with my mind makes me depressed, head race. But I do know that however I'm handling this now isn't the right answer. I feel lost and need to find my place again. I need to snap out of this. I desperately want to communicate with you guys instead of pretending everything is okay. I'm not used to any other way. Cancel club is a fascinating thing, and I have learned a whole lot. Only a few understand it, and it's impossible to know till you're in it. And it's hard to talk about it in that sense because obviously you sound whiny when you've clearly done something wrong. It just sucks. There's no winning, but there never is here anyway. Anyhow, all I know is I love you guys, I miss you guys, and just needed an honest moment with you because I'm just tired of being sick with myself all day. I don't even know if it's good to say any of this because it's going to get brutally picked apart, but I don't know. I can't do this silent shit anymore. If you or someone you know has been canceled, please let me know if there's a cancel club reunion because I could use some time off my couch. Thank you and goodbye. I love you.
I don't know what's going on. Wait, what happened? And she turned the comments off.
Oh no, the comments on.
What is limited?
Probably to the people that follow her.
Yeah, see, look at the bottom, very bottom. It says comments on this post
have been limited.
Yeah, she turned them off.
Mm-hmm.
Or she limited, or however she did it, but you can't.
I sure can't. I don't follow her.
Right.
But I wouldn't say anything mean because I don't want to be a part.
So basically, what was the gist of that post?
But she got 33,000 comments. So I mean.
Yeah, but what was the gist of this?
Because she's canceled right now and she's bored and she wants to communicate, but she really doesn't.
But she's canceled because she has been accused of bullying people.
Yeah.
Which, in the past, she has been bullying people on Twitter in the past for a good while. And a lot of the tweets came about. So, you know, she has done some great clapbacks in the past with certain things towards certain people that I chuckled at.
Right.
But then you have come across some tweets where she has been mean and nasty, and they were not funny.
Mm-hmm.
And
So what do you think about this cancel culture thing? Like, I think it was good with the Me Too movement. Mm-hmm. But do you think just because someone says something that you don't agree with that everybody should cancel them right away?
I don't think so. But I agree with Sunny Hostin on The View when she says, let's stop calling it cancel culture and let's call it accountability culture. When you are held accountable for certain things, you cannot then run and say, oh, see, look at cancel culture. They're all... No. You're being held accountable for the things that you have done. And when that happens, there's consequences to that. There are consequences. And everything is not cancel culture. No, if you say something that I don't agree with, no, I don't think you should be canceled. But if you're going around calling people niggas and calling the cops on black people and then and you're being recorded calling the cops on black people
her in here.
And lying.
Don't go too far.
Yeah. No, but I'm just saying. Okay. And lying about it. Yes, you should be held accountable. And if that means being canceled, then so be it. Because you brought it on yourself.
Right.
You put it on yourself.
Right. I just think that sometimes people be too quick. You know, a lot of jokes that happened when we were coming up,
you can't say
never.
No, you can't.
I think it is I think somewhat is sensitivity. People have become sensitive to a lot of things. Everybody wants you to baby. You take baby steps around everything. You know, so now you can't say a gay joke. Mm-hmm. You can't make a trans joke. Oh my God, you better not make a trans joke.
Yeah.
You just can't do like the way they did it in they actually did a trans joke. And
Coming to America.
Coming to America.
Yeah, how did I know you told me that?
Yeah, but it was good the way they did it.
Yeah, in the barbershop.
Yes.
Yeah. But you know what's so funny that you say that about when you said about jokes when we were coming up, because that is so true. Because the jokes that people were saying towards each other when we were younger, you can't say that today, especially not in school or in the workplace. Mm-hmm. And I think that a lot of jokes that were geared towards me made me stronger. Mm-hmm. And I think it's one of the reasons why my skin is so tough. Right. And that I'm able to, if somebody says something to me in a negative way, I'm looking at them like, I know you don't think that's even a negative right? Thing. Because you're looking at them like, oh, that's what you got? Oh, baby. You shouldn't have said that, because now I'm going to really get you. I ain't even going to tell on you. I'm going to get you.
Right.
It's like, today, look at television in the 70s. 2 TV shows I think about.
I know she's probably going to say
The Jeffersons and All in the Family. Mm-hmm. If you watch those 2 classic television shows and the language and the stuff that was said on them shows, you could never say that in 2021 on TV. You could never. Archie Bunker on All in the Family, and I love All in the Family because it's just so funny. Mm. He was using terms like derogatory terms towards Hispanics and Asians and blacks and whatever the case may be. But he was somebody who you said, this is how certain people like him talk. Mm-hmm. And then George Jefferson, he had his own interpretation of white people mm-hmm. and interracial couples.
Right.
And hello? But you can't talk like that today. You can't talk like that today. You know, those type of TV shows wouldn't last to the 2nd episode.
Right.
You couldn't do that. You couldn't do it. I miss those kind of TV shows.
Yeah, I really do. Because it's not a lot of good TV shows.
It's not a lot of good TV shows. And I can't remember why Roseanne was canceled. Do you remember why
she was canceled because
I can't remember. Did it have something to do with Trump?
Something.
Because she was a Trump supporter.
Yeah.
But I can't remember what she said.
I forgot. It's been so many years. And the show still comes on without her. The comments.
No, they still do new episodes?
Yes.
Oh, I thought they canceled it after she left.
She got canceled.
No, I know she got canceled, and I know they still was doing it after she left, but then I thought maybe after that 2nd season that they just canceled the show.
They just called it the Commerce.
I don't see nobody.
Bitch, I don't watch that shit.
No, but why would you watch it without Roseanne? It's like watching Martin without Martin.
I think her character dies or something like that.
Yeah, but then the show should have died too. She was the star of the show.
I think she had her character unexpectedly died, and then they living life without her. So, listen, Don't get me on there. Like I just feel like sometimes like everybody when they make a joke, they not trying to really hurt nobody.
No.
But everybody, a lot of people have become so sensitive. And I'm not talking about like, you know, Trump say something and you sensitive. No, because that motherfucker just blatant racist.
Yeah, we know that.
You know, but sometimes just take a joke. Like it's just a joke. Oh my God.
But I will say this: sometimes you have to watch what you say to people, joking or not, because not everybody wants to joke.
Yeah.
And I certainly don't want to joke with nobody that I'm not jokey with, that I'm not friends with, and that I'm not comfortable joking with you with. When I go to work, there are certain people that I talk to, and then there's certain people that I don't talk to. This one girl, she don't work at my job no more, but I mentioned this on the show before, where we were having a conversation. It was a conversation, and she kind of made a statement to me about my sexuality, and I had to, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You and I have a mutual friend.
Right.
I sit and talk to you when all of us are together. Don't you ever think you can get... Oh, no, I didn't mean... No! Don't ever do that.
Right.
Because I don't ask you nothing about you and that old-ass man you sleep with.
Right.
So don't you ask me nothing.
Yeah, I had to shut that down one time at work.
Yeah, don't do that.
Like, I don't talk about my life.
Don't do
y'all
that.
talk about Charles, but that's one thing I don't
And
do.
our mutual friend, she sat right there like a mouse in the corner. She said, don't you do that. And I looked, and when it was all over, my friend said, when everybody pointed away, me and my friend, she said, you were right. You were right. You said that. You damn right I was right. And wasn't nobody gonna tell me I was wrong. You don't, and that's sometimes some people can get a little too comfortable.
Right.
So if I don't really have those type of conversations with you, joking or not, don't feel comfortable. Because while I do agree that yes, we should all learn how to take a joke, sometimes some people can go a little too far. And then when they go too far, they want you to what's the word I'm looking for? They want you, when they go too far, then they look at you like, well, why didn't you? Well, we all joke. No, you went too far. You went too far. You went too far. It's kind of like when you go too far with touching people. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Joe Biden.
Yeah.
You ever heard nothing about him touching nobody lately?
Well, yeah. Well, but some people are touchy.
Really.
They are. Some people are very touchy. You know, Joe Biden is a touchy person. But there are some people, and I know when I told you that, and I told everybody this. The first time I met Beyonce, she was very touchy. Now she wasn't touchy like, oh, making me feel uncomfortable, but she actually in reverse made me feel comfortable because she wasn't standoffish. She was, hey, you know, she was touchy. I didn't have a problem with that because, oh my God, Beyonce's touching me. Oh my God. But yes, and she's one of those people that if you go to touch her, she's not. No, she's the opposite. Yeah, okay.
Julius might try it.
Right, he might try it, but she's not going to try it. You know, and you witnessed that firsthand.
Right.
So you know there are some people that are touchy, but I think in the workplace you gotta not be touchy. You can't be. You
can't be touchy.
Yep.
And you gotta learn how to what to say and what not to say.
And what not to say.
Because you can make females uncomfortable with the things that you say and how you interact with them, and that's not cool. Even if you didn't mean it that way, just don't go there. Just don't take it there. Like we had sexual harassment training, and like you would be surprised, like what a lot of things can be considered as harassment. So just be like. If I ain't talking about vacations, nothing, I ain't talking about nothing crazy at work. Like if you decide to talk about your relationships and you include me, yes, I will give my opinion. But
that's as far as I'm going.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna be like, yeah. So what happened with this boyfriend? And like, nope. I'll wait for you to bring it up before I bring it up. As long as you okay, you know. So I mind my business. And now the young kids, they ask me for advice, I give it to them. But other than that, I'm not bringing it up. You bring it up, and don't ask about people's sex lives.
No.
Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'll be the first one to tell you it's not your business.
Right.
It's not your business.
Now, if somebody brings it up at whatever the case may be, if you decide that you want to indulge in the conversation because they brought it up, then that's on
right.
you. And if you decide that you don't want to talk about it, then let them know you don't want to talk about it. But I wouldn't bring up nobody's sex life and start asking questions because that ain't, no.
And at my job, bitch,
because I can't
you
do
can
nothing
hear
for
a lot
you.
of stuff on that floor. It'd be like, oh my God, like, you can hear everything.
Well, yeah, you work in a call center, so
but
when
depending
no phones
on where
ain't
you
ringing,
at, yeah,
people are talking.
And depending on where you sitting at, you can hear a lot of stuff.
Well, that's good that y'all don't have to be quiet, like sit in silence.
Oh,
Some jobs they be like, oh, you can't talk.
Can you imagine? Like, you know, sometimes they be like, shh, damn. So, and one time, one customer was like, are you working from home? I said, no. Why would you say that?
Because you can hear all the noise in the
background. Yeah, she's like, because I don't hear nothing. It's quiet in here. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what's so funny? Because to be honest with you, I don't really remember ever really calling somebody call center and hearing noise in the background. I don't know. I just, maybe phones, but not noise.
Yeah,
I've
like
never
I said,
noise.
used to hearing people, you know, but, yeah. Chrissy, you know, you'll be all right. I don't know what you could do to redeem yourself, but...
I mean, nobody's not really checking.
But ain't nobody checking for her.
Right.
Nobody checking for
I
her.
don't even know what she do. What does she do?
I think she's a model.
Yeah, I don't know what she does. She's
a
just John Legend's wife
model,
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's not somebody that I'm like, oh, I can't wait to see what the next Chrissy Tiegen project.
Yeah.
Because then I can see somebody saying, what? Who?
Yeah. I don't know. But, go back. You'll be all right. So, Jerry O'Connell joined the talk.
Who?
Jerry O'Connell.
He joined the talks.
Yes.
So, the first man that they had on talk.
Female panel. To join the female panel show, he's now the first to do it out of The Real, The Talk, The View, and any other show that came before it that's no longer there. I mean, after The View, that's no longer there. He's the first one. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't watch The Talk, so I don't know. But maybe if they start having some more controversial topics, then maybe I can join in and say, you know what, let me start DVRing The Talk. He's just on there. I wish The View would have had a man to join the show, but then again,
you never know what they may do in 2020 when the next season, because Megan's leaving.
Megan's leaving, but I don't know who I want to join. I don't know who I want to join The View, or what's gonna make me like, yeah, I need to DVR this. I don't know, but you know what? You know what type of talk shows I want to come back. I want the type of talk shows like Ricky Lake and Montel. I want those type of shows to come back because I'm tired. Like if I'm home, you got Wendy Williams, you got the talk panel shows. Then you got the news talk panels, but it's nobody interviewing people how they live in 2021 and the messiness that goes on. Mm-hmm. I want to see that shit.
You know why? Because now it just all looks scripted. Because at one point towards the end, before them type of shows started going on TV, they kind of looked scripted too. Mm-hmm. It just all looks scripted. Like I remember when that guy that was on Jenny Jones killed that guy for telling him that he had a crush on him.
Oh yeah, that was in the 90s. Yep,
that wasn't scripted.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's the type of
right, and he was just.
And Jenny Jones had to go to court and everything for that.
Yeah. That show lasted a couple of years after that. But
Sally Jesse Raphael.
Yes.
You know.
If y'all have this app called Nosy, they be showing all the reruns of Sally. I've seen Steve Wilkos, Maury. Like, I be wondering where these
Maury still
are.
come on.
Yeah, but they got the old school ones from like the 2000s. He is not the I done tested 21 men. I still can't find my baby.
Imagine testing 21 men.
What was you out there doing for real? When you got to test 21 men.
But you have to test more than 2 men to see who's the father.
Yeah.
You should already know. Because that means that you let somebody in you, and then a few days later you let somebody else in you, and then a few days after you let somebody else in you. It's like, come on, what are you doing?
There ain't that much sex in. Well, you better go get a sex toy and be happy.
And I know you got to smell downstairs if you letting all them men ejaculate in you. All that foreign semen that's all up in you, you gotta have some type of odor.
Ooh.
That's too much, Kevin.
Woo. Yeah, they were like, I was at a party. I don't really know.
Yeah, that's too much. Oh.
I was intoxicated. It was just one of those nights.
Yeah, okay.
One thing led to another.
Yeah, okay.
Well, then you had the ones where you got 3 people in there, and then none of them the father. Like, oh my God. You just a hoe from the door.
Yep. And everybody just sitting around looking stupid.
And they be like, I told you she was a hoe. I told you.
I watched this clip the other day. This girl said that this man was the father of her 2 twins, and neither one of the twins, you could tell from the door that he was not the father. She runs off that stage and runs to a corner.
I'm tired of them running. That's why
can't nobody find an exit. Everybody runs to the corner or fall on the floor, but nobody finds an exit.
Now on paternity court, you better not bring that female just running around. Nah, you gotta sit in it. She make you sit in that baby. He ain't the father. But yeah, I miss it. Like Dr. Phil is still out there.
Yeah, but he don't.
But he don't do it for me. He's not.
He does nothing for me, and I'm surprised that he still lasted this long.
Yeah,
because
been
he
on,
does
20 years?
absolutely nothing for me. Yeah. I remember when Oprah brought him to the scene. He does nothing for me. I don't know. I found myself watching a few of his, not the whole episode, but watching a few, like, and I'd be like, this is boring. These white kids are disrespectful. Okay? And it's boring. I got a solution for all of this. Kick their ass the fuck out. Here's your solution. Dr. Phil would never hear from me because the kids would be the fuck out.
And the kids be beating up their parents.
This guy had the nerve on one episode of Dr. Phil to be disrespectful to his mother and father. He was stealing from his mother, and then had the nerves to bring his girlfriend and move in with them with their baby
in the house.
And he didn't have a job, and the girlfriend lost her job.
Wait, how old was he?
He was like in his 20s because he went to go live with the girlfriend, but then she ended up losing her job, so they moved in with his parents. Oh, it was a mess. Oh, it was a mess. It was, and then the mom and dad was just coddling.
So what did they need Dr. Phil for?
I don't know.
Kevin,
I couldn't watch the whole thing. Let's turn it on. Because the way he looked, I said, you going to let somebody who looked like him disrespect you? But it's funny looking self.
But what was the baby mom saying?
She was in agreement with the parents. Like, he's a bum. Because he, but the thing is, sis, when you met him, you knew he was a bum. And you let him move into your apartment with you. And it was so sad because she had everything going for her. He moved in with her. She lost everything. So they had to move in with his mom and dad. She had a good job and everything. But he started doing all this crazy stuff. And these dumb girls out here, they be following behind these guys, letting these guys talk them into doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing with their money, with their credit, with their name sign and stuff. Yeah. Yep.
And now they in debt.
And now in the house with his mother and father. And the mother and father want both of them out.
Yeah, and the baby.
And the baby. She get out too. And I'm tired of all 3.
Yes.
I'd have raised him. I don't want to hear no baby crying at night. Everybody get the fuck out.
Around me a couple situations.
Get the fuck out. I don't know how my grandmother did it. I just don't. I sympathize with my grandfather. Because all the stories I used to hear about my grandfather, they say he used to always come home and go straight to the speakeasy. Until my grandmother had to send somebody around the corner to go get him. Because they never, ever, in the 40 years they were married, had an empty house. They had 10 children, and then their children had children who migrated to 732 Jefferson Street, and then several of my cousins over the years lived with my grandparents. So my grandmother never had an empty house ever. Ever, ever, ever. And my cousins and them always say how my grandfather just used to always be like, y'all need to get the fuck out. Yep. I can only imagine 40 years and you never had a house of your own. It was just always somebody in there other than you and your wife. And my grandmother
loved it.
She loved it.
Now, she saw a whole bunch of people in her house when she was growing up.
It was just 4 of them. Because my grandmother was one of 4 girls. So it was just her and her 3 sisters. Their mother, my great-grandmother, was the only child. And then their father was one of 13.
Yeah.
So it was like their mother, my great-grandmother came up with her first cousins as her siblings, but she was the only child. But their mother was one who always wanted family to be together. So every holiday, they were all at my great grandparents' house. Every Christmas, every Thanksgiving, it was always up at 25th and Cumberland. And my mom and them always say we didn't know anything else but 25th and Cumberland. You know, because we always had to go up to mom and pop's house. But my grandmother, her house was always, you know, that was the safe haven. That's where you went. That's where you went. And I remember, I thought I was doing something by saying to one of my cousins one day, we was talking about my grandmother, and I said, yeah, because I slept in the bed with mommy. Thinking I'm doing something. My cousin looked at me and said, I did too. We all did. I said, oh. Because I was the young, you know what I mean? So, but she looked at me and said, we all did. You was nothing special. I mean, you was her favorite by the time you came along, but you wasn't nothing special where you had that privilege. We all slept in the bed with her.
I used to love my mom's bed back in the project. It was a real huge bed. I used to love to lay in that damn bed. But I would just I ain't really like laying in the dark like that. Right. And she wasn't the type to have that TV on. Like, when I was laying there, I was like, oh my God, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it.
I love being in the bed, yeah. I remember so well being in the bed with my grandma, and then in the morning time, because she slept on the left side of the bed and I would sleep on the right side. And I remember if I was sitting there asleep, and then if I woke up like this and look, and she'd be laying there and she'd look at me, and then I go like this, and then we start playing that eye game or whatever. I'd never forget those days, playing that eye game with each other. Those were the good old days. I miss my grandmother so much. I really do. I miss her so much.
Yeah.
I miss her so much.
So Victoria's Secret Karen. So I don't know how it started, but I know how the video started.
Okay, bitch. I think you're talking about the Walmart Karen, because it was a new Walmart one.
Wait a minute, it's a Walmart Karen?
You didn't see the one where the lady accused that black guy in California still on the phone, and she followed him all the way out to his car in the parking lot calling the cops, that he got so aggravated he followed her back in the store. Then the son walked up and said, no, my phone's right here, I left it in the car. And she never apologized to him. And then he said, you're not going to apologize? She told him to fuck off. So then I hope this is where she worked. I hope this is where she worked. She's so stupid, she had on the shirt, apparently, of where she worked. So then they got in touch, the internet got in touch with that company and sent them the video. And that company tweeted and said, we're investigating. But apparently they found out her name is Liz. But see, my thing is, I don't think y'all got too much information on her, because usually within a matter of days, they usually have the first and last name. But they're just calling her Walmart Liz. And then got the nerve to be Hispanic.
So you got to give her a Spanish name.
Okay. But the fact that you following this black man and you know how chick is, and you going to do... someone forget where they came from.
I didn't see the Walmart.
Oh, yeah. She followed him all the way to the parking lot while he was recording, accusing him of stealing her phone.
Now, I've seen Victoria's Secret Karen, and then I've seen the man accusing people, the family, and TJ Maxx.
This is her. So this shirt is apparently from this whatever company it is, and the company tweeted out and said, we're doing an investigation. So I don't know if she worked for the company or if she was just, see, look at her, right behind the phone to the car.
Thinking he stole her phone.
He stole her son's phone. But then the son comes up the son comes up on the end saying he found the phone. So she called herself getting mad at the son. Go fuck yourself, yep.
And instead of apologizing, she tells him to go F himself. See where your son was
Yep. Yep. People can't admit when they're wrong. Yep. I hope she loses. And see, that right there is a part of cancel culture. Because she called the cops on him and everything.
Historic flight. She better solve this.
Who?
Historic flight.
Oh. I'm about to say who? This Karen?
No. No. So this Karen, Victoria's Secret, hits the camera, cries, screams, all her hopes and dreams. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my job, I'm gonna lose my apartment, all of that.
Is that what she said?
Yeah. Well, according to the police report, you shouldn't be acting like that. I wanted to know why. I mean, I know Victoria's Secret, they're not really allowed to do anything, but
they tried. I watched it. They did try.
Pick her up, get her out. It's time to go. Everybody looking at the lady with the phone talking about stop recording.
Right.
No. Look at how she's acting. Look at what she's saying.
Right. Don't tell me
that camera on her.
Yep. And that lady with the phone got that cop together.
Yes.
When he asked her, she said, "No, I'm not gonna stop recording. I'm gonna keep recording. Look at her. If it was me doing that, y'all would have been took me out.
She would have been in handcuffs.
There's this new page that I'm following, Karen Clips. The other day I found it at work, and I was going through these videos. This one Karen at this bank did not want to wear a mask. So they called the cops. And if you ever notice on these Karen clips, when the cops come, the cops are very patient with them. I mean, they talking out with them and everything. Not us. But with them, they do. But I love at the end when some of them, they put them in handcuffs. Well, this one, they went to go put her in handcuffs. And they threw her on the ground. Mind you, she in her 60s, so all of a sudden, I'm 65, and you guys are going to the whole one. So she on the floor. So they're struggling with her. So everybody in the bank is standing in line watching this. Because everybody in the bank is mad. Like, yeah. So she going to say, hello, to the people while they arrested her. She looking up at the people. Because the cop got a body cam. So she looking up at the people. She going to say, hello, anybody out there? Come on, people, let's get real. Is anybody going to help me? Is this bitch crazy? So after the fact, when they get her up off the floor, because now she's claiming she's injured because she got someone on the floor. So she says something to one of the workers, the bank workers who were walking by, and the lady said, no, such and such, you brought this on yourself. So everybody in the line said, yeah, you brought this on yourself. You should have just put on the mask. Oh, she flipped out because now everybody's taking
her side,
taking somebody else's side and not helping her. Oh, Kevin, when you watch these Karen videos, it is hilarious, and they be dead serious. I know. How is this for real? This one old lady who had to be 95, a Karen. Her and her husband walked in this guy's garage to complain to him about his kids using the chalk to write up on the street.
Sidewalk.
Oh my God. And he kept telling her, get out of my, and she just kept coming back. Towards the end, he goes to mace her, and the camera goes off. And I was so mad because I wanted to see her old ass get maced. Because what did she kick? She kicked something on her way out. And he said, oh, that's it. And went to go mace her.
I think he did. No, it's a full video of it. I think it is.
Well, no, the full video I watched, it was a long video, but when he went to go mace her, does everything fumble and then the video cut off?
I think I seen more today. Because I remember watching that. Kevin, like they walked up on his property, the husband and the wife.
Well, the wife wasn't there, but the lady kept saying, I want to speak to your wife because she's nicer than you. And they're going to have the nerve to tell him, I don't recognize you because your eyes are slanted.
I know I seen this video. I had to see this video.
Let me see if I can. Because if I go to that page, it's going to take me forever to find it. Oh, Karen Mace. Neighbor. I can't. I mean, these people are unfucking believable. No, see, I'm going to have to find them on this page.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, but the lady the Victoria's Secret, she has a GoFundMe. She's raised over $100,000, I guess, for a lawyer. You know, at this point, I don't even think you need a lawyer.
You need a fucking mental institution. Because the way she fucking went off in that fucking
lady, no, the black lady got the $100,000.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the white lady.
Yeah, the other lady, no, the black lady got $100,000. The other lady, I don't know what happened. Does she still have a job or anything like that?
Right.
But for you to claim that was a meltdown or a panic attack, no, you were just acting a fucking fool.
That's right.
In the store, and if the situations were different where you didn't have witnesses, anything could have happened to that lady if she didn't have that camera. And it's a shame that we have to keep saying that every time, because all you got to do is yell bloody murder, and they going after somebody of the different opposite color in the wrong way. This has to stop, and we talk about it all the time. You know, this shit gotta stop.
I just can't wait until I see a video where somebody full on punches one of them in their face.
Yeah,
like
and
this
then
video, she tried it with this lady.
Let me see, turn it up.
You ain't never seen it?
I just woke up. I just said something. Don't get in the truck when you get smacked. Now don't laugh. Or make you get on the face. Get your man. Get out the face, baby.
Ooh. Ooh, shit. Who is the cameraman? They horrible. Come on, Pat.
Look how she get up and run.
Stop.
Okay. Look.
Look at her face.
I asked her what she said. And when you record this, you make sure you get the whole thing. You don't slice it.
They always talk about somebody slicing.
it.
Enjoy this. She said something and I asked her. I don't care. It's always one way with y'all.
With y'all.
You and anybody else.
Ooh.
You and anybody else with a phone.
Like, you know what you meant.
Struggling.
Oh, I will. But she gets a mess.
Boy, man, shut up. You're late. We don't have any confrontations out here. Well, you about
late.
You about 2 days late. They don't confront it.
And Pat got
And
jumped.
Pat said, go on now. No, Pat was the one who was doing the fight.
Oh, Pat was
Pat was the black lady.
how ironic.
Miss Sherry was the white one.
Because at first I thought that was a man, but that was a woman.
Yeah, I did too when I first seen it. Go on now. Go on. Get your hand out my face. And then they like to touch and do all this. Baby.
And what's that, Cameron Clips?
This is Karen Clips. But I'm following 2 Karen pages. Oh yeah, this is the crazy Karen. I'm following this one too. This one I think is the one.
Now I
with
know
the old
it's
white
one
lady.
on Twitter like that.
Oh, Kevin, these videos are
Yeah.
hilarious.
We should just recap these Cameron videos.
They just unfucking believable. And these white women be having the gall. This is the one that was in the bank. It said, let's get real here. They had the nurse do an interview on Crunches
I
afterwards.
asked you to put a bag over your head.
I got to, you know what, no. Listen, y'all, we got to get up out of here. I have to return to work tomorrow. I feel much better today.
Dog, wait, one more. Hazel did. Because you had Hazel.
Oh, yeah, I had her, but I was like, fuck her. You know what? She thinks she's the only person
That can have a princess party. Okay. For her to
You
walk.
have not invented princess parties.
Right. Then she thinks she was going to get some cool points by saying all my princesses were black at the party. Okay. And? Okay. Cardi B is Hispanic. Her baby father's black.
Yeah.
Okay, and? What are you saying?
What is Hazel E doing?
What is
Besides tearing up her face? I don't know.
she? Tearing up her face ain't the word. She's letting people use kitchen knives on her face. They're not even using medical knives. They're
Remember
using
that
kitchen
time?
knives.
Remember that time when Iyanla made her rap jokes to
Yes. You know what? See, someday when I'm awfully
she
low.
said, sing that, pop that booty, pop that. You think Harriet Tubman was like that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh God.
I remember that.
Whew.
Yes, you did, Kevin. Yes, you did.
You guys, we will be back next week. I'm gonna check out this new season of Real Housewives of Potomac. See what's going on. Make sure y'all watching The Shy. I'm gonna, you know, another show I'm gonna try to watch.
What?
Raising Canaan. I'm gonna see what that's about. Now, do I gotta watch all the Power Book Ghosts to
What?
see? Do I gotta watch all the Power Book Ghosts to watch Power Book Canaan, Raising Canaan?
I've been stopped watching Power Book.
Yeah, me
I
too.
stopped watching that when 50 Cent. What did he do last year? He did something.
Mm.
You know, when I cut you off, I cut you off. And I didn't really like Power Book all like that because Mary J. Blige's acting is horrible, isn't it?
You know, it's like 50-50 with some people. Some people like it. Some
That's
people
because people,
dislike
the
it.
people who like it like Mary J. Blige.
Mhm.
But everybody knows she can't act. Okay? She can't. It's like she's talking.
Well,
Yeah, I know. Her too. But yeah, they're in the same boat. There you hear I say no names. But her too. She's talking.
No. I mean,
Mary J. Blige is horrible in that show. She is. And I feel like the people who like her in that show are people who like her.
just like Mary J.
They just
Blige.
like her. Because you know who I could see playing that role?
Who?
Taraji. Taraji, I feel like would
Oh
have
my
ate
God.
that role.
Mhm.
That role as that mom, she would have ate that fucking role. I would have never gave that to Mary J. Blige. But you gave it to her because of the name, because it's Mary J. Blige.
Yeah.
She. So what's going on with Drew? Go find Drew. Get out of my face. Like, where you go? Everything is so one-dimensional with her. Like, what did she... Now, has she gotten better? I don't know, because I don't watch the show anymore.
Right.
So, I don't know. But with the episodes I did see, I did not like. Every time she came on the screen, I was like, yeah,
Man, no thank you.
no thank you, ma'am. And I don't know what's going on here. Because it says door cam at the top, but then it says the phone icons, and then it has the speaker right there. So I don't know what's going on.
Is this like a Ring doorbell?
I don't know, but whose door is like in the woods?
Oh, I think this show is they be adding the voices to the character, to the animals.
I don't know, because we can't hear it. But you know what?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear it.
On that note,
I don't want to hear it.
good night, people. Y'all be safe. Have a good weekend. We will see y'all on Monday.
Take a little time to enjoy the video.
If not Monday, definitely Tuesday morning. The video will be up.
Let me go, because I got to pay.